This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Burn. Burn.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news, celebrating 80 years of Dick Grayson. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, is...
Hello, I'm Kristen.
That's right. So, today we are going to be discussing, well, at least partially, Batman 408 by Mr. Max Allan Collins. Batman, The New Adventures.
That's right.
New Adventures, why? Well, the previous story had been Batman Year 1, so I don't know if they were trying to say, okay, Year 1's over. We're back to the present.
Oh, baby.
Yes, this was a weird time in, well, Batman comics because, like, 401 was, like, the first post-crisis and on Infinite Earth story, but it was like in the middle. It was like the middle of a crossover. You know, it was like Legends was going on, the miniseries, and it was very weird. So they had like a couple, almost like fill-in issues. Then they did Batman Year 1, and then they editor Denny O'Neil had brought in Mr. Max Allan Collins to like give Jason Jason Todd an original origin.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I think, I don't know, just from what I've read and I've heard, it's just like at the time, I think, you know, post-crisis, they were just like, yeah, we can kind of mention that Dick Grayson was the original Robin, but we want to get past that pretty quick and get to Jason again, you know, which brings us to the beginning of this issue. Before we jump into this, I heard some sad news. I'm pretty sure this is legit, but the whole, you know, Rick Grayson stuff that's going on, like,
yep.
Hopefully they're turning this around, but from what I heard, like Nightwing's been selling like the lowest he's ever sold since he's had an ongoing series.
That's because people hate Rick Grayson.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I hope that they turn him around soon, which I think he's kind of getting there.
I mean, yeah, I don't doubt that. But yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, I just thought I'd mention that, but so hopefully there's nowhere to go but up. So
no, I think that's true.
All right, so let's get to Batman 408 from June '87. Yeah, because this is the first printing. Because they've reprinted this like a couple times, I think.
Yeah, 408. Yeah.
Yeah, like I know, like they were selling these as like 3-packs too. I think closer to the first Batman movie. Yeah, this has been reprinted at least once or twice.
I think it. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was in the Robin one. You know what? I think 409 was printed like Robin. I think it might have been.
But I just I just love in my copy. There's like an ad for this issue. In the issue,
yeah, I read mine digitally, so I didn't see the ad. What's the ad?
There's an ad for Batman 408 in the pages of Batman 408.
Weird. What? That's like Inception or something.
I know because it has the title "Will Robin Die Tonight?" and at the bottom it even says Batman 408 on sale in March. Like, really? That seems like a wasted ad. Unless someone wasn't paying attention, but I'm like, that's like wasted advertising because you've already bought Batman 408, so.
Right, yeah.
Should be an ad.
Yeah, really. I don't need to be advertising this.
Should have been an ad for like Detective Comics or something. All right, so yes, this was written by Mr. Max Allan Collins. Let me pull this up here. Yes, Mr. Max Allan Collins is known for writing novels, screenplays, comic books, comic strips, trading cards, short stories, movie novelizations, and historical fiction. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's known for writing the graphic novel Road to Perdition, which was made into a movie in 2002. Yes, he's credited for created.
I read some novel of his.
Oh yeah, he's written a bunch of novels.
Yeah, he does like I think like thrillers.
But I mean, he's created comic book characters like Miss Tree, and even a lot of people may know Wild Dog. Two showed up in DC Comics, and it was even on the last couple seasons of Arrow, the Arrow TV show. But yes, but yeah, it said like comic strips. Like I'm pretty sure he wrote the Dick Tracy comic strip for, I don't know, like a long time. I'm pretty sure. I think that might be some of what why Denny O'Neil brought him in to write this. Because he lasted. That could be. Yeah, he wrote. He started here, and I think he lasted until 412 or 413? Yeah, because like his last issue was like my first Batman issue. Collecting new.
Yeah.
All right. So.
That's crazy.
Yes, but this story, did Robin die tonight?
So I think it's origin for Jason, but since we're Dick Grayson, it just doesn't make any sense.
No.
That's why it's so much, because I'll make the slight plug, written about this transition to Nightwing. 408 is part of it. And I think is actually, so in terms of an origin for Jason, good. But in terms of Dick stopping to be Robin, it's not nearly as good, obviously. I think you and I are in agreement. Less angsty original, New Teen Titans version. But it makes even the Nightwing Year One version, because at least, I know next week when we get to the Nightwing, at least Nightwing Year One, you can explain by, whoa, Bruce is having a moment of being a huge jerk, and that's what precipitates it. But this is this kind of weird in-between thing where, yes, Dick gets shot, but Dick is in college, or at least college age, is like, nope, there's no place for a kid in what I do. But then later on, you're a kid, but also I'm trust that you accept my decision that you can't be Robin anymore.
I think
I can't.
I don't know if they.
And then
I don't think they say it here, but I think in a later story they say he's 19 here.
Right. Yeah. Because they're kind of like loosey-goosey about the age. I mean, stayed in college in real time, and it was one semester in longest semester ever. But yeah, but he's a teenager, and so number one, that's annoying. Does have the most hilarious of quotes. The Joker's the meanest of mean little kids. I think I'd use harsher words than kids to describe the Joker. But yeah, then Nick says, no, that I'm a kid. Are you saying it hasn't been great, that I haven't been your strong right arm? You have, son, but there's no place for a child. And then Dick has his little sad face. I've been wounded plenty of times, but never this deep. Ooh, which is a good emotional one. I'm sorry. And you are a man now, man enough to accept my decision. So it's like for a kid, but you're man enough to accept that I'm firing you. And then, fine, if you want Robin to stay dead, that's okay. Well, you can't keep me from pursuing my destiny. And then Bruce is like, kind of smart, learn. A man might as well pursue his destiny because it'll catch him if he doesn't. So you're a kid. I can't be responsible for you. You're man enough to accept my decision. I can't be responsible. But I know it's your destiny. So basically, it's Bruce is like, yeah, I'm firing you. I can't more. And Dick's like, yeah, but you've trained me. And he's like, well, not my problem.
Yeah.
Well, that's somebody else's fault.
Yeah, that's the big thing with this. That's one of my big problems. It's just like, yeah, he can't take responsibility for a 19-year-old partner, but it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go out and fight crime by myself then. Okay, well, good luck to you, son. It's like, if you're all worried about him, wouldn't you rather he work with you?
And then him picking up with, and then at the end he's hooking up with Jason, who's younger than Dick. So it just that's what's annoying. Less, I'm angrier at Bruce is a way bigger jerk face in the first one or in year one for no good reason. In this one, he sort of has a good reason, but it's like, granted, this stuff comes before, but it makes sense.
I mean, yeah.
It's like they knew. It's like they knew that he was gonna fire it. It's like we have to get Dick out of the way because he's already Nightwing, and we're not gonna retcon him back into Robin sort of story. So they made it up. You got shot, and I'm firing you instead of. Oh, I mean, they could have made it, and it's weird because they're trying to make it kind of a lot because at the end they're smiling, and he's like, "Yeah, chum," or "Yes, son, pursue your destiny." But at the same time, you fired him.
Yeah, I know. He's just he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to work with a 19-year-old. But yeah, then he after a while he brings Jason in. I think who they say later is like 13. It's like, okay, he's bringing, because at the end of 409, he basically gets Jason in the car and he's like, okay, let's go home, Robin. And he's made this decision already. It's like, okay, I mean, this kid who's stolen the tires, this kid who stole with no experience, who's stolen the tires off the Batmobile, you're going to take him right home and tell him you're Bruce Wayne and train him to be a new Robin. Okay.
Yeah. And the thing with that,
like I've heard reviews of this on like another podcast, and they were saying, it's like, I think it was Max Allan Collins thing. It's like, I don't buy Batman's characterization in this story. I think it's almost like, it almost seems like he adapted like a Dick Tracy or another detective story. The story's not bad, but some of the details, I think it's almost like Max Allan Collins took another story he was working on and just tried to plug Batman into it.
Yeah.
The
Jason is really good.
Yeah. Because I think that's the thing. I think I've read somewhere. Doesn't Dick Tracy have like a street kid as like a sidekick or something? Or
yeah, well, Dick Tracy had a street kid as a sidekick. Then we ended up with Dick Robin, but they a little bit different. But yeah, it's on the one hand, that Bruce clearly cares about Dick, and he's calling him son, although when he doesn't even know the kid. So then it makes it less special. And I like how the people are drawn. It's just weird. It's hard to wrap your mind around it. That I don't know. They're trying to have their cake and eat it to have this sort of dramatic thing, but to have them not be super mad at each other. They're having Dick be fired, but I see this 408 as kind of the original and Nightwing Year One, because it's not as upsetting. I shouldn't say upsetting. It's not as angsty and Bruce as he is in Year One, but he's kind of a jerk, and he makes sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll get to it next. Next week for Year One, I mean, we'll get into it more, where it's like he's more angry. Here, it's basically he just like kind of brushes Dick off to the side and ignores him. It's like, okay, kid, hey, you're done being my partner, so I have no more further use for you. Away.
Right. It's the in between. It's not quite a crazy. But it's not the sort of bittersweet. It's got a mix of them, but it's not because it just every time I read it, it just annoys me. Logical, generally speaking, Batman is his logic is so flawed. But he's too much of a kid. I can't be responsible for you, but you're man enough to accept my decision. And then if the whole I can't, I'm too freaked out. It would have been my fault if you got hurt to him. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go keep being a hero. And Batman is, practically chucking him on the chin. You go do that. Didn't you just say I can't be responsible for you? Obviously, since this was a retcon, they knew the end game. Get there as fast as possible. And so
It just
doesn't make it.
No, and it doesn't make sense that he doesn't want to risk the life of a 19-year-old, but now he takes in a new 13-year-old, and it's like, okay. And I think they did Dick a big disservice because they're like, are we saying Jason's more capable than Dick? Is that why he's taking Jason in?
Oh, see, that's funny because I would have. It's kind of a rude opposite sort of thing that Bruce is all, oh, I'm too worried I can't handle you being hurt. I can't handle being responsible for you. And then Jason, who cares if something happens to him? No one's going to miss Jason Todd.
That could possibly be, but no, I think it was in 2 weeks when we get the Batman 416. I mean, when Dick finally confronts him, he's like, okay, I was lonely, okay.
Yeah, and that I do like, and I think it makes a lot of sense. It's just, I don't know. I just think the way I see it, because I'm not an angsty person, I feel that they could have done this new or without there being a Jason in there that, hey, Bruce, I feel like I'm kind of growing up, sort of want to wear pants, not panties anymore, everybody's really tying. Now I'm, more the leader of the Titans. I think I'm going to take on a new identity. And, Batman could have been like, baby's going off to college. You're getting so grown up. Sort of thing. And it could have, bittersweet sort of thing. Woo, Dick rides off into the sunset. Bruce could kind of be, yeah, I'm happy my kid grew up, but I'm lonely. And he's like, oh, this kid, is angry and he needs someone to help him. Because that new Jason Todd up, if Bruce doesn't help him, that kid is going to jail for sure. And so, Bruce steps in and helps him. And it could have been good. And then Dick could have been kind of surprised, whoa, realize you took up with this other kid. But if Bruce hadn't fired him, or as much as you fired me and then you got a new Robin, what the heck?
I mean, this story is just full of holes because, I mean, even Jason's origin, which I appreciate, it's like he's able to steal the tires off the Batmobile. I'm like, this thing doesn't have a state-of-the-art security system. I mean, this thing, you can get lug nuts that lock your tires on that you need a key to get off. I mean, Bruce Wayne can't afford locks for his tires.
Well, now, after Jason.
So
I'm sure he went with who would be ballsy enough to steal the tires from Batman.
I guess. I think they kind of...
And that's how he knew. And that's how he knew there's something special about Jason. I mean, it's the same kind of proof Tim is so smart they have him figure out who Batman is.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I mean, that's not at all to denigrate that Tim is really intelligent. It's just that that's not really the best. It's not really the best way we it.
Yes. I don't know. I just feel like Max Allan Collins kind of dumbed Bruce down for this story a little bit. I don't know. Because even Bruce leaves Jason with Ma Gunn, who's like basically, they even say like she isn't accredited or anything, so like child services has a problem with her, so like Bruce just...
No, she did.
What?
She's accredited because she was a teacher in Australia.
Oh, yes, Australia.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, Australia's a real place.
I know. I talk to people there. I know.
But, yeah. See, it's like this picture, I mean, it's a cool thing to keep me from pursuing my destiny.
Yes.
With Dick's picture, it's, yeah, we know this is already need to get to it ASAP, so we'll just... And this, like, what the heck? Why is Bruce so smiley? Yeah, okay, I fired you, your own thing. Whatever.
Chin up, kid. I've just robbed you of the whole purpose of your life. Cheer up. Yeah, this whole like I said, they were rushing it's after Crisis. They were rushing. They want to get there. I mean, before this they did year one, and then like they want to get to Jason, so it's like they give it like 5 or 6 pages. They're like, oh yeah, Dick was Robin. Moving on.
Right. Yeah, and then it's not that I really have a problem with. It just doesn't make any logical sense.
Mm-hmm.
how for a child, but you're man enough. Also, I can't be responsible for you if you, yo, Bruce, you trained me too well, so I'm going to keep vigilanting. Okay. It just feels like Bruce is, I can't handle you. Well, I'm going to get killed with the Titans, so it's not my fault.
I know, that's weird. And then, like, even he's talking to Commissioner Gordon, and he tells, because all the media's asking, is Robin dead? Is Robin dead? And he tells Gordon, Robin's alive but retired. So, like, in the next story, when Bruce shows up with Jason in the Robin costume, shouldn't Gordon be like, wait a minute, you retired the older one. Why are you bringing in a younger one after the older one was shot?
Right, yeah. That's what I feel like. Bruce hiring Dick doesn't really make sense.
No.
I mean, but they've really leaned into it, but I don't understand why they had to change it. The Nightwing was so good.
I guess they didn't.
Like I said,
they wanted to give Jason like his own origin, and I guess they want to show that he like earned it, I guess, rather than just like,
Right, but that's my thing is I think you can take Jason being a circus acrobat was silly. He needs his own special origin, but you origin out and have Dick transition to Nightwing. They don't have to be connected. Fire Dick to have Jason. Like I said, you could have just had.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it wouldn't have been quite as meaningful if Dick had passed, kind of given the suit back and said, "I'm gonna go on," or Bruce could have been like, "Hey, Dick, you got to come down." Dick comes down, and is like, "What's up? Oh my God, this kid tried to jack your tires. That's hilarious." And if he hadn't been fired, maybe, Dick could have realized, Jason, I'm going to pass my suit on to Jason. And then, I think Jason could be a street kid, and there doesn't have to be, because Dick obviously would have warmed to street kid Jason. He warmed to Tara.
Yeah. I think, there's way better ways they could have done it. I mean, Bruce and Dick could have captured the Joker, and then Dick could have said something to Bruce like, I can't keep splitting my time. I'm sorry, but I have to quit. He gives him the Robin suit, and then at the end, after do the whole Jason thing just like you did, and then at the end, when Bruce decides to make Jason Robin, call Dick and be like, Dick, I need a partner. Or, is it all right if I hand this kid the Robin suit? And,
And if you wanted there to be a little bit of angst between them, you could have had without asking, and then Dick could have kind of been like, "What, Bruce?" And then, you could have had a little bit of tension, but...
Oh, and, I mean, you didn't even have to have it with Bruce. I mean, just have Jason be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to, just telling Dick every 2 seconds, I'm going to break all your old records, old man." Basically, like, on Titans, yeah.
I just don't know what was up with they had to make everything so grim dark.
Yeah, no, like, again, I think they wanted to get the whole Dick as Robin thing out of the way as quickly as possible. And like I said, I don't know.
True, but, I mean, I think they had Dick passing on the Robin suit in fewer pages, newer version. So you could have done the same thing, just modified it slightly. They must have just wanted. I mean, I don't know. I don't write comics, so sometimes, I don't write this kind of stuff. So sometimes there to amp it up, increase the dramatic tension, whatever. And I can see an interesting something about Bruce having his issue, argue that Bruce sort of pushes Dick Bruce's emotional issues, and whenever he gets too close to someone, he freaks out, such a jerk, and then it takes, and it is a nice story of them kind of reconciling. Oh yeah, it's always that rough time when you realize your parents aren't perfect, and that's I get that there is. Don't worry, I'm sure Luca will never have that moment. I get that. I get that that's sad telling, but also sometimes it seems as though they add drama into it, kind of like with the Killing Joke, which I still can't bring myself to read. I mean, they have to have Barbara be hurt so badly.
That's another thing after Crisis. Like, they wanted to get like the female versions of the characters out of the way. Like, during Crisis, they killed Supergirl. Then, like, a year or two after Crisis, Alan Moore cripples Barbara, so she can't be Batgirl.
Yeah, and it's just.
But at least they turned that around. At least they made Barbara Oracle, and made her a strong character that way. Right,
but that wasn't the original intention.
Oh, no.
The husband and wife, what's the name? I'm escaping on. They sort of saved her, but I mean, originally, hey, can I, cripple Barbara Gordon and have this horrible thing happen to her? And they were like, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't need to happen. They're just doing it to up the dramatic tension.
I mean, so you've never read it? No. I mean,
I know what happens. I've seen a number of panels from it, but I feel like at this point, I know what happens. I know I stomach this. The whole story's been spoiled for me anyway.
I mean, besides the Barbara stuff, it's a good story. I just don't like how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, just Batman and Joker laughing in the rain, and I'm like, that wouldn't happen. I'm like, he crippled Barbara. He kidnapped Commissioner Gordon. He tortured him. I'm like, okay, if you don't want Batman to beat the crap out of him, fine, but he's going to be at least have him down on the ground, tied up. He's not going to be standing there laughing with him.
Yeah. But, I mean, that was the era, Watchmen and, Frank Knight. And then, when did he do The Dark Knight Strikes Back?
Oh, that was later. That was, that was either...
That might have been... It
was either late 90s.
That might have been in the 90s.
It was either late 90s or early 2000s. Yeah, they waited a while to do that.
What? Now, there's a certain darkness in a lot of 80s comics.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose the 80s were a dark time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they patterned...
I think that is one very interesting thing about comics is you can really see kind of life reflected in that, because one thing I'm reading a lot of the Batman family on the kind of back bits of Batman with Batgirl stuff or Dick stuff is they really are kind of in touch with some of the more kind of liberal 70s politics that were going on, and that was kind of very then. I don't know. I mean, when you think of movies about the 80s, you think of stuff like American Psycho, and I guess the comics are of a piece with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was writing in any of the Batman family stuff, but I mean, Denny O'Neil was writing a lot of Batman stuff, like in the 70s and the 80s. I mean, Denny O'Neil kind of turned Batman around after the TV show, and they're like, oh, it can't be so campy anymore.
Batman became a bit darker, but almost noir detective.
Oh yeah, he didn't go
darker in the 70s. It's different in the 80s. It's a different kind. Batman was mostly just sort of more like a classic movie, more Maltese Falcon. Or Steps or something, whereas in the 80s it's more Psycho.
Oh yeah, I mean, after Crisis, I mean, they patterned Batman off most of the time off of Miller's Dark Knight Returns, yeah, and then Miller did Year One too, which was had Catwoman as a prostitute, and that dude has issues with women.
Indeed.
I mean, every story Frank Miller writes, there's like a prostitute. There's, it's like, yeah, women don't come out good in his story.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
There's
shocking, I'm sure.
Yeah, so there's just I don't. I mean, some of his early stuff was good. I mean, there are good parts. The Dark Knight Rises. I mean, his Daredevil Born Again's pretty good, but it's just some of his current stuff, it's just like, I mean, All-Star Batman and Robin.
Oh my God, it's so...
Gonna get some rats, kid.
I know. Oh God, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I would say, I mean, I think some of his more current stuff, some of his other stuff I won't say is bad. It's just not as it were. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's not for me.
Yeah, like I said, some of his earlier stuff is really good. Like his Daredevil and stuff is really good. But the more modern stuff is just problematic.
Indeed, too grimdark.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like we just crapped all over 408, but good work.
Well, like I said, the story itself, the idea of it is good. I just don't think Max Allan Collins portrayed Batman in. He didn't get Batman's voice. I don't think.
Yeah, and I can kind of see that.
And I don't know if this. I mean, this was the first one. This set up the whole thing of Bruce being a jerk and firing Dick. It all started here.
Yeah, it did start in here. Yeah. I do like this. The classic victim of liberal guilt.
The Vicky Vale
that
thing.
Made me laugh. Yeah. Oh, Vicky.
And see,
but yeah,
and
Jason stuff, good.
Yes, and for those of you blaming Jim Lee, Jim Lee did not start the trend of Vicky Vale and lingerie. That started in this issue also.
Well, if it's not older, I mean, who knows?
What?
I said if it's not older.
Oh, yeah.
Vicky Vale's been around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Although I imagine weren't showing her in lingerie.
Not like the 40s, I don't think.
Against yeah, I mean, if by lingerie you mean a bathrobe that went all the way down to her ankle.
I saw some ankle!
Look at Vicky's toes! So sexy. I don't know. I think that about wraps it up.
I think so. I mean, most of our focus was 7 pages out of the 408. So, yeah, I think that's...
We've talked for so long.
I know.
We just had to let it out.
That's all right. We'll have a longer episode next week because next week is Nightwing Year 1, which is 6 issues. So, yeah, that'll be a little longer talk.
Yep. Nightwings.
What?
Right? 101.
101 through 106. Yeah, and then it's... Yeah, and then I think the week after that is Batman 416, so
we're coming back.
So not only will we see return of Dick Grayson, we'll see more Jason Todd the next 2 weeks also.
That we will.
All right. So yes, so everyone send us your thoughts on Nightwing Year 1, on Batman 416. Hey, go check out our social media. Go check out our Facebook page. And I put a link on Twitter too, but I put the complete list of the 80th anniversary issues we're doing this year. So check out the list, send us your thoughts. I don't care how far ahead on the list it is. I will save it. So email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And like I said, check out all the social media, Facebook, Twitter. There's links to everything on Linktree. That's linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt the Killer, Pod Life the Book, now in digital and paperback. And like I always say, while you're buying Pod Life the Book, go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, released 5 years ago by that lady right there. And when you go on Amazon to buy both books, use the Southgate Media Group link right down there in the show notes. Scroll down. Just send some money to Rob Southgate and Southgate Media Group to help us bring you such fine quality products as Nightwing News and all of our podcasts. All right. I'm not even going to ask you because I did your plug for you.
You already covered it. Got it.
Miss Shy. All right. Thank you again for joining us. Join us next time for Nightwing Year 1 from Nightwing 101 through 106, followed by Batman 416. Again, we'll get more of that snot-nosed punk, Jason Todd.
Burn. Oh, poor Jason.
He was written after Crisis. They did not write, why do you think we got 900 numbered?
I know, they didn't do it. They went too far. I mean, they could have made Jason a kind of, like you said, a kind of snot-nosed punk, but they went too far
They wanted
and
to make
almost
him
made him
different than Dick, and they went too far.
Yeah.
Never go fool Jason Todd. All right, everyone.
They made him unlikable instead of just.
Join us next time. Same wing time, same wing channel.
Same wing channel.
Keep flying, Grayson.